Well, living lifers, I'm at it again. I'm taking Leva to uh, Canada, Victoria, BC, and here we are at the border. This is the Blaine border crossing. Uh, the Peace Arch Park is right there. There's our Peace Arched Arc. I have a hard time saying that, but yeah, this was a great trip up from our house on the island. It wasn't very bad at all. And as you'll see as we get closer to the border crossing, it is totally empty. There might have been three cars in front of us. So this was perfect. So the plan is to take the ferry, the Tawasin ferry, over to Swartz Bay. So basically, it's like going from Vancouver to Vancouver Island. All right, living lifers. Hey, I'm taking Leva for Mother's Day over to Victoria. We're at the Tawasin Ferry Terminal now. This is going to be a great trip. Samisha didn't spend Mother's Day with her mother. Shame on her. So I'll step in and spend time with Leva. I do believe in spending time with your own mom, but I will step in. We're going to go to Victoria. This is going to be a super fun trip. Taking the ferry across. So first part of the leg is done. We've traveled from our home, Camano Island, to Tawasin, across the border in Canada, BC. And now we're at the Tawasin Ferry Terminal. So it's gonna be a fun trip. Leva's raring to go. We're gonna be staying at a place called The Inn at the Union Club. It's a private club. We still don't know if they let black people in. You have to dress to the nines too. You can't be walking in there like this thing has like Reebok on it. You can't wear this in there. You have to wear, dress shirts, suits, jackets, ties, that type of thing. So we're gonna see if it's still as strict as it used to be. I'm gonna wear sport coats. I'm not gonna be wearing any ties, but let's get on the ferry. Let's go get it. All right. Happy Mother's Day, everyone out there. I'll talk to you later. The Victoria ferries have always been really nice. I think these ferries are larger than the ones in Washington, I guess because of the distance that they travel. But yeah, you have plenty of room with your vehicles. And we're driving Leva's Lexus Lady L. And, you got to have a lot of room for her to drive that car because she wants to keep everybody away from her vehicle. The ferry system, it works by reservation. It is recommended that you make a reservation and you have to arrive anywhere from an hour to 30 minutes before you cruise. If you're outside that window, they may take you out of the queue. So make sure you make your times and it's worthwhile, gets rid of all headaches. Do it. All right, living lifers.
It's a long time.
We are going to be celebrating this woman right here. Look at all that right there. Look at all of it. All that glory. Hallelujah. We're going to celebrate. There you go. Smile for the camera.
That's too close. He's so close to me.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to see nose hairs. Mother's Day in Victoria. It's going to be fun. I wanted to go to Bouchard Gardens before Victoria, but she's going to be walking a long time.
You can still go.
Yeah, we can go all right. You can't walk that far. So a lot of people, they don't realize that taking the ferry is part of the adventure. I mean, we enjoy this route. The straits are very, very narrow and beautiful. I'm very envious of the people that have homes on these little tiny islands. I mean, this is definitely out there, away from everyone, everything. You're living your best life, in total solitude. If you want to go to mainland, you can take a float plane or aircraft or a boat. And some of these small islands have ferries, smaller foot ferries that go out there as well. Yeah, this is something I could definitely do. I would worry a little bit because as I age, you may need to have medical services. So if that's the case, you may not want to be, on an island where you are basically reliant upon, medevacing to get you to the hospital. But yeah, it is gorgeous. The water is beautiful. You can see the currents here swelling, swirling, not swelling. But yeah, this was a beautiful trip. And these big boats, I am so surprised that they navigate these shallow waterways, because whenever you get in between these little islands, it's definitely not a lot of room for error. But these captains, they do it. I guess they do it like I do on my smaller boat. I have waypoints and pathways that I follow. So basically, once I go through an area and I map it out, I have a track that goes through the area. So now, when I go through that area at any time, uh, unless it's low tide, I follow the same track. And like I said, this area is beautiful. It was overcast earlier, and now it has really turned into a beautiful day. Very, very limited cloud cover. So that means we're getting a lot of sun. And as you can see from the video that I was in with Leva earlier, it looked like I was really mean. That's because I didn't bring a hat. I didn't bring any sunglasses on this trip, because I really was anticipating, there being lots of overcast clouds and some rain. Not to spoil it, but we did run into a little bit of rain. And here is a good shot of what the ferries look like up here. Those are bigger ferries. This ferry mirrors the ferry that we're on right now. So yeah, that's the size of it. And this is just, to me, I thought that was a beautiful shot. You can see the clouds in the distance. They're just so clear. And here we go again. We're coming through a narrow inlet. And there was like 3 ferries, different size ferries. They were all trying to navigate through this little inlet. And if you know anything about navigating or navigational charts and things like that, when you're going like home into a harbor, into an area, it's called red right return. You want to make sure the red buoy is on the right side of your vessel, because that'll keep you off the rocks. If you're going into a harbor area and that red buoy is on the left side of you, you're probably going to run aground. So, it's really important to understand, what the waterways look like, and also, how to navigate. Here in Washington, this is Washington State, they make you take navigation classes, just so you know how to navigate the waterways. But look at this is beautiful. My wife and I will normally take our personal boat up, Steady Lady. Steady Lady is 23 foot, but just look around. I mean, this is nothing, that Steady Lady can't handle. I mean, and it's dead calm. Even if it's rough out, Steady Lady gets it done. She gets there, gets us safe. That's why she's called Steady Lady, because she's definitely steady. And here's leaving her car. We are about to get off of this boat and get onto Vancouver Island proper. And of course, I know Leva. Oh, there she is. She's about to make herself a little drinky drink before we leave. So this is us, at the hotel that we're staying at, Union Club. This was, us doing, high tea on Mother's Day. So I tried to, give Leva everything she wanted. We did a lot in Victoria. I have other videos to show what we did in Victoria, so check those out. But I just wanted to show you what was a part of our high tea. The tea was actually good too. Leva was joking, saying that it was Lipton tea, but it wasn't. I don't think it was. It tasted pretty good. And this is us at the club looking out at the harbor. And then behind us, that is the Empress Hotel. We normally stay at the Empress. This is us at the Empress doing breakfast, Mother's Day's breakfast. And, the trip was really, really good. The only bad thing about the trip is Samisha wasn't involved, but I'm sure when she sees this video, she'll get very jealous. So that's okay. Spend Mother's Day with your mom, Samisha, not your friends. I'm going to leave that alone. But yeah, our breakfast, very hearty. And here we go, leaving. Got my e-bikes in the back of Leva's car and totes. That keeps them from moving around. But yeah, in Victoria, they have a lot of bike trails. And then this is Peace Arch Park again. Going home. We're welcome back to the States. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Happy Mother's Day.